All right, I'm back again. Gonna play scenario 4, another live playthrough here. So there were several things to do in between scenario 3 and 4. The first one was that we recorded experience. We got 6 experience points for finishing the scenario successfully, and then the characters got some experience points from playing cards. So Crowley the Red Guard ended up with 7, and Killian ended up with, I think it should be 8. I wrote down 9, but I don't remember him doing, well, I wrote down 9, so it must be 9. He must have done something that got another experience point off of a card. Okay, we got the gold. We didn't get any bonus gold, just 2 gold per. I didn't buy anything in between the scenarios. I'm saving up. Crowley only has 8 gold, but Killian has 20. He probably could get something, but I want to save up maybe for another big piece of armor or something. So then the big thing was perks. We got to choose a perk, which basically changes your attack modifier deck. So for Crowley, I chose the perk that let me get rid of a -1 card and replace it with a +1 card. I was thinking of a strategy to start thinning out those negative cards for him. So that was the first one. There was another card in there, or not another card, but there was another perk that I could have chosen to just remove 2 -1 cards. I might do that one next. I was just kind of thinking that taking 2 -1 cards out is good, and maybe this isn't the right way to think, but it could have, you have a higher chance then of pulling the null because you're thinning the deck down. So I thought I'd add a couple of cards first before, or not add, but do the one that just simply takes a -1 out and switches it with a +1. And then for Killian the Hatchet, he didn't have a replace like that I wanted to use that would replace a negative card. He had some replaces that you could take out +0s and replace it with some that add some effects like stun, immobilize, wound, poison, muddle. But he also has the ability to just straight out add a +2 that infuses wind, which we haven't seen yet. But scenario 4 introduces these elements. So I thought I would just add that. It's another +2. I might be kind of going bursty damage with Killian, and because he also has the option 3 times he can replace a +1 with a +3. So it doesn't get any of the negative cards out of the deck, but it does make the deck a little more bursty to the top end with the ability to draw some +3s out of there. Okay, so those were the perks that I chose. Also, before I get to the city events, because then there were city events in the rulebook, but then we completely took out all the starting cards from their deck and then went to all the level 1 cards. So we've ended up with 10 cards here for Crowley, and his max hand size is 10, so he just gets to bring all 10 of these. I think it's 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, 10. So his deck is 2 cards bigger now. Instead of 8, it's at 10. And there are more element cards in here. There's another persistent active card here. Some more experience things to take a note of as we go through here. And then, what did I do with Killian's deck? Oh, here it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Also 10 and a max hand size of 10. One thing I did notice about Killian's deck, there's a lot of lost card abilities on here. That's 1, 2, 3. This one, both the top and the bottom are lost. That's a lost. That's the favorite. That's not really lost, but it comes up here. So it doesn't get to be in the hand as a card that continues to help you not have to become exhausted, because eventually if you keep losing cards, your hand size, even after you short rest or long rest, is going to continue to get smaller and get you closer to exhaustion. Let me just double check. 8 hit points for Killian, 10 for Crowley. So I think that was the last thing in between scenarios, except for city event cards have been introduced. So I have to shuffle these up, and then we draw one and do what it says on it. So I'm gonna just cut and take the one on the top. Put those over there. I'll try to read it. If I set it over here, I'm not sure what it's gonna look like on screen. But with that black, you're getting some good reflection off of that camera, but let me read it here. You're having a nice stroll through the new market, perusing incredibly expensive wares you could never afford, when you spot a gruff-looking man wading through the crowd. He seems out of place. If you had to guess, you'd say he was some sort of carpenter. As he approaches, you get the feeling that you know him, but you can't quite figure out why. So we have 2 options. We have Greet the Man, requires the Demolitionist. I don't have the Demolitionist, I'm going to have to do option B. Ignore the feeling and carry on with your business. So let's flip it over and see what side B says. After a little more walking, you find a truly amazing tapestry embroidered with a great battle scene between humans and Valraths, said to be recovered from an ancient storehouse in Demon's Gate. It is worth more money than you've spent in your entire life. Resolve another event card. So that card was clearly in the deck for if the Demolitionist was in the party, but he's not. So we'll just take he or she, I'm not sure. I will take the next top city event card. A witch, an Inox dock worker slurs loudly from the corner of the Sleeping Lion. She came out of the sewers and turned the foreman into a fish. You turn back to your drink, but the man keeps shouting, "I'll stake 3 days' pay for anyone who can kill her." Suddenly, you're interested in his ramblings. You follow the drunk's directions, which predictably get you hopelessly lost in the network of sewers under Gloomhaven. You're considering just tunneling to the surface when you hear scratching behind you. You draw your weapons and turn, ready for a fight. An ancient Valrath stands feebly before you. Bent and wizened with age, a cord of dried fish hangs around her neck. She ignores your weapons and silently points a gnarled finger past you down a nearby passage. Option A, cut her down and claim the reward. Or option B, she's just an old hermit in the sewer. Leave her be and follow where she pointed. She ignores your weapons and silently points a gnarled finger past you down a nearby passage. I don't feel like we would be the kind of party. Well, maybe we would be. Mercenaries might just do something for gold, but you can still do good stuff for gold. I want to see what she's pointing at. She might just be an old hermit. We're going to go with option B. You wave farewell and start down the passage, but the crone follows close behind. She wasn't pointing your way out, but instead guiding you toward a small hovel where a cauldron bubbles over an anemic campfire. The Valrath pours each of you a cup of the most delicious fish soup you've ever tasted. And after a pleasant time sipping in silence, you leave feeling much heartier. You wonder why the dock worker would make such an unkind accusation against that poor sewer hermit. Each character gains bless. Oh. Cool. So that was worth it. It was worth being nice. Probably won't always be worth it to be nice. So I kept this over here. I don't know if there's different bless cards for monsters. I don't know if monsters can get blessed. So we got a blessing and a blessing. I'm pretty sure those come out of the deck at the end of the next scenario, so they would have to come out after scenario 4. I don't know, I'll look that up at the end of the scenario to see if they need to come out of the deck or do they stay in there until they have come out and been played. Let's put this one here in the middle. So we do have some new rules for Scenario 4, some new things on the map. I have the map set up. This is one big open room, so there are no doors or anything to open. Oh, one thing of note that I did catch on my previous scenarios that I've played, I've been forgetting to mark the doors open. You're supposed to put one of these tokens on the door to mark that it's already been open, and I have been forgetting to do that. Not going to be an issue with this scenario because, like I said, there are no doors. Okay, so the blessings from the event are shuffled in. Let's see, Scenario 4 rules. Full monster ability decks. We have the full deck for the Stone Golem and the full deck for the Zealot, so no more basic decks. Spawning monsters. It seems like something might spawn monsters. It might be one of the special rules that come after something happens. I don't want to spoil it my first time through, so I haven't been reading past the little numbered indicators when something's going to happen during the scenario. Element board. I've got the element board here off to the side. I'm going to put it up over here after I read the introduction. Battle goals. Okay, so we need to get some battle goals. So we have this deck of battle goals. In a multiplayer game, it suggests that you keep these secret, but since I'm playing solo, I'll know what all the battle goals are. So you're supposed to deal 2 of these to each character, and they choose one, and then discard the other one. Okay, so we will go 1, 2, and we'll put this up out of the way. Okay, let's check out what we got here. See how well these show up over here. We got Weakling, become exhausted before any other character. I don't like the sound of that. And Mugger, kill a monster and loot the money token it drops in the same turn. I can try to accomplish that one. I like that one better than Weakling. So we're gonna go ahead and keep Mugger. Where should I put this? Maybe here with the items. We'll discard Weakling. Let's see what we got for Killian here. So what these actually do is if you can accomplish them during the scenario, then you get a check mark on your character sheet. And once you get 3 check marks here on your character sheet, you can take another perk, which will help make your modifier deck even better. So what do we get? Die Hard. Never allow your hit points to drop below half your maximum hit point value. Might not be too hard to accomplish because Killian should be staying in the back anyway. And then Challenger. Never leave a hex adjacent to a monster. Yeah, both of these seem pretty good for Killian to accomplish, but just in case he gets hit hard, I'll keep Challenger. If I never get adjacent to a monster, I'm sure that still counts as never leaving a hex adjacent to a monster. Okay, so we'll throw a Die Hard over there. Oh, I did forget to show this also. So in between, we unlocked this scenario, a Ritual in Stone is over here in grid C2. So I'll get the map out of the way. Let's see, any other new? Let me check the rulebook again here. So that was battle goals. We got our battle goals. So we have the element board. If we play a card with an element, at the end of that character's turn, it goes over into the strong. And at the end of the round, it'll go down to waning. And then at the end of the next round, it will go down back to inert. And there are also cards that will consume elements. So we'll probably see those in action during this scenario. And then this scenario also has objectives, and the objectives are something we need to destroy. They have hit points equal to the number of characters plus 1. And then once we destroy them, so right now they act as kind of like as obstacles until they're destroyed. Once they get destroyed, we put a rebel token on them, and then they're just like a normal passable piece of terrain. I think that is it for the new rules. So this is scenario 4. The goal for this scenario is destroy all summoning stones, then kill all the enemies. This is the first one where we've had the extra scenario book as part of the map. I don't know if I went over what's already out here on the map. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 money tokens, 1, 2, 3 traps, a treasure chest here. We start with 2 normal zealots, one here and one here, and then an elite zealot here, and we have a normal stone golem here in the back. So he's going to have an interesting turn to calculate who his focus is, because he's going to be back there a ways, and there's multiple different ways he can go. Okay, so the introduction for this scenario. You arrive at the building marked on the map. An old abattoir? I don't know what that word is. Abattoir? Abattoir? I don't know. And find an unexpected scene. The entire building has burnt down and is now nothing more than a scorched husk. This is certainly a new development, so you clearly remember the structure standing before you left on your hunt up the Still River. No, wait. You clearly remember the structure standing before you left on your hunt up the Still River. And the fact that the location has been implicated in your search, well, the whole thing is rather suspicious, even if you can't put your finger on exactly why. A little bit of searching through charred rubble isn't going to stop you from getting to the bottom of this, though. Eventually, you uncover a set of stairs leading into a stone cellar. Given it's the only piece of the structure intact, you make your way down. A powerful smell of death grows increasingly stronger as you descend, until it almost overwhelms you, enveloping you like a suffocating blanket. Thoughts of turning back creep into your mind, but then you hear the chanting. The tone and cadence is similar to those creeps on the ship with the bloody altar. It doesn't take much longer to find the source. A short hallway at the base of the stairs leads into a large, open room full of more red-robed zealots. Their chanting reaches a crescendo, and the whole floor begins to shake violently. Fissures erupt from the ground. Around 4 massive rune-covered stones, scattered around the room, cracks form in the ceiling, sending huge chunks of rock crashing down. Your mind focuses on a singular goal, pushing away all the other complications of the last few weeks. If you don't end whatever ritual is going on right now, you will all be buried alive. Okay, we got some special rules. Make sure each character's starting hand consists only of their ability cards marked with the 1, and the total number of those cards matches the number at the top right of their character mat, so we went through that already. And the objectives are summoning stones. They have C plus 1 hit points, which is characters in the party plus 1, and can only be targeted by melee attacks. When 2 summoning stones have been destroyed, read section 1. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 summoning stones here as possibilities. And what's this tip say? When an objective drops to 0 hit points, place a destruction token on it. Like destroyed obstacles, these hexes can now be traversed normally by the figures. All right, I think that is everything to do before actually going into card selection. Okay, so I think I'm going to want to come this direction, maybe fight this zealot, work on this first summoning stone. So there's some difficult terrain. If I can get Crowley here, I'm wondering if I should concentrate on the zealots first and then summoning stones, just so I have some free time of not getting... Maybe I can work on summoning stones after I've got some of the monsters off the board. I got to kill all the enemies anyway. All right, so move 3 will get me adjacent. Do I need to get adjacent? This is move 2 with jump and will give me a shield for when he attacks me. And the shield will persist during the round. Move 3 will get me there, and all attacks targeting me will have disadvantage. Move 6 with jump and lose the card. I don't think I want to do that. So this card here, Flame Shroud, the next 5 times an enemy enters a hex adjacent to you, that enemy suffers 2 damage. Seems kind of good to get out. And it will infuse fire. Do I have something? So this is interesting. I can get an attack 2, wound that guy by oh, but the fire doesn't hit the board until the end of my turn. So if I'm going to do something to consume fire, it should be next turn. Each time after an adjacent enemy attacks you, the enemy suffers damage equal to your shield value. So Shield Spikes is another infinite active ability. If I'm going to play this though, I need to get some movement. To get right up there. Move 2 with jump, shield 1. Move 3. I don't remember what this element is. I was thinking about that earlier. I forgot to look up what the elements are. Light. So that one is light. Do I have anything else that will consume light? This consumes light. So far that's the only one that consumes light, other than this one here, but if I play this for that, then I won't have that to play next turn. Target, attack 2, target 1 enemy within 2 hexes. He's not within 2 hexes. It would disarm him. This consumes light, but this is good for later. Maybe I'm okay waiting a turn to get Flame Shroud out. Let's see, range 2. I'm not within 2 though. That's also range 2. I could just use a card for its basic attack 2, but that doesn't seem very wise. Oh, I guess if I did this, I wasn't even really... oh, but I'd have to consume fire in order to do it. I was thinking about attacking the pillar, or the summoning stone also. Don't I have something else that will attack? Target all adjacent enemies. Attack 2. I think obstacles count as enemies. I mean, it seems like it would make sense. Or not obstacles, I meant objectives. Objectives are considered to be enemies to characters and can be targeted by attacks. Okay, so I think I'm going to do one of these things that targets all adjacent enemies. So I want to move 3, or do something that has jump with move 2. So maybe I'll play Swift Strength. For my move 2, it has jump and shield 1. And now something that's going to hit. I won't have the elements to get the multiple enemy attack there. It'd be nice to have the light infused to get the extra attack on this, but might be a luxury that I won't have. Plus I'll get an experience point. So that's going to be my plan. I will do 16 for Crowley, getting up here to attack both of those. See what Killian can do here. I wonder if I should get my favorite token, just get it out and available. Do I have any thing that I can do on the bottom as far as an attack? Man, so many of these cards are lose the card. Move 2, push 2. I could push the guy down. Move 3 and infuse with wind. Is there something that consumes wind for next turn? Extra range, push, and experience. Let's see. If I move, I will need 3 to get right up next to the objective there. Move 3 and infuse with wind. Man, this is a good one, but I'm going to use it probably later in the game because it's a loss. It's attack 6, range 3. Let's start with this as an idea, which is pretty high initiative. Which might be okay because the Crowley's going so fast, I don't think the Zealot is going to move anywhere unless he gets an extremely fast initiative on his ability card. That's target 2, but you cannot hit the summoning stone with ranged abilities. Yeah, attack 3, range 3, moving at 24. Close cuts, but Crowley's going to be in the spot that would be able to hit damage on both of those, unless I have a super quick move that wouldn't lose me the card. No. Might not be the best plan, but maybe I'm just gonna move and get the favorite down on the board to set up things for future turns. I won't be putting any damage out, but yeah, I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna see how this goes as a plan of trying to get my card the favorite down in my active area. So I've chosen 16 and 17 for Crowley and Killian. So let's see. We just shuffle these real quick before we start. Oh, let me get the element board over here. And the Zealots, shuffle the Zealot deck up. I've got the monster attack modifier deck down here by these monster cards. Okay, so let's see. When are these guys going to go? Stone Golem is going at 28, and the Zealots at 46. So we have Crowley going first, Killian second, then the Stone Golems, and then the Zealots. All right, so start here with Crowley. Definitely a lot more thinking to do when you have more cards. All right, so I'm going to do the bottom of Swift Strength first. It's move 2 with jump. So I'll go 1, 2. Difficult terrain doesn't bother me because I have jump here. And shield 1, that'll be a persistent ability for the rest of this round. So I'm going to put it up here so I can remember that. And then I'm doing the top of Twirling Stabs. Attack 2, target all adjacent enemies. I do not have light to consume to get the bonus, but we'll... So let's actually start by drawing for the enemy here, the Zealot. So it was attack 2 minus 1 is 1 damage, and that is standee number 4, 1 damage. And now I'm going to draw the damage modifier for the objective, the Summoning Stone. Okay, so that's 2 damage to the stone. Oops, I dropped 1. We'll put 2 damage there on the stone. And he's going to get an experience point. Well, let me try to make some room here for his discard pile. One experience point. Yep, okay. That is Crowley's turn. Now it is Killian. The top of Killian's card, the favorite, I'm just going to put it here in his active area. And we've got the hatchet token. We're going to do the bottom of this card, but before I forget, I'm going to put the 2 experience points up here for playing the favorite. And he's moving 3, so I'm actually going to go 1, 2, 3, and then infuse at the end of the turn air to strong. Okay, not the most exciting turn, but setting things up hopefully for bigger turns coming up. So now it is the Stone Golem's turn. So we've got Runic Draw. He would do a range attack. He's got move +1. So I'm either direction. Crowley would be the focus, just because he's closest this way, and I believe because there's no difficult terrain or traps in the way, this is almost got to be the path he would go. So his base movement is 1 because he's a normal Stone Golem. He's got move +1, so he's going to go 1, 2. Clearly not in range to do any kind of attacking, so that's the end of his turn. So now we go to the Zealots. The Zealots do not have any movement. They've got Boil Blood here. No movement. They would consume fire to get extra range. And so this is interesting. Well, let's start with the Elite. He's got no movement. There's no fire for him to consume. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's 5 range. He's out of range to do this attack, so he's not going to do anything. Then we go to the normals. This is standing number 1 over here. So he's not moving again. His range is too far to do any attacking. So we go to standee number 4 here. So he's doing a ranged attack, and it is target 2. So he's going to actually attack both characters here. However, so this has been the area of some debate, I think, on Board Game Geek, who the focus would be here. Since I have never actually played Gloomhaven, I'm going by the rules as I see them explained in these books. So I think the debate is with the tiebreakers, because he's already in range to attack both of these guys, who would the primary focus be? Doesn't really matter here because he's going to target both of them anyway, but I just wanted to talk now about this because the first thing you should do is figure out who the primary focus would be. Then if there's movement to get him in range or out of disadvantage and still keep the most targets, there's a whole big discussion in the rules about that too. But just going back to who the primary focus would be, if I look at the examples in the back, Appendix B, I believe, so if I look at like examples D, E, and F, all these examples have ranged attacks in them, and the primary focus in each of these continues to be the character who's right next to them. Because the debate that I've seen is, well, do the tiebreaker rules, if everybody's already in range, mean that it goes to the lowest initiative? Because that seems to be what the tiebreaker rules would mean. But when I look at these examples, the way that these examples interpret the way those rules are written, it looks like that the primary focus, even though all these other characters are still within range of the attack, is still the character who's closest. So I would say that based on these, Crowley would still be the primary focus. So the attack against him is going to be at disadvantage because on this particular card, the Zealot is not moving. So I will resolve its attack -1 at range 2 and with 2 targets, and then muddle is going to be applied to the characters. But he's at a disadvantage against Crowley, so I draw 2 cards, which is good, +2 and -1. So it's going to end up being -1. It was already attack -1, and their base attack for the normal Zealot is 2. So it ends up coming out to 0 damage, but Crowley will be muddled. I'm going to put it there to remember. Okay, so now I need to resolve this attack at -1 against Killian in the back there. It's +0. So the base was 2 -1, so that's 1 damage. So from 8 down to 7. So I think that is everybody's actions. So end of the round, we would shuffle any decks that had a card that would show that the deck needs to be shuffled in it, and then the air is going to go from strong down to waning. I think that's it. I think we move on to selecting cards for the next round. Oh, I did want to mention that I did bring the Fateful Compass as my small item for Killian instead of his potion. This is the item we got in the last scenario. Okay, so that Zealot number 4 there has only 1 damage applied to him so far. But Killian does have his favorite token now. Oh, I even forgot Crowley's shield, and I specifically said I was going to put up there so I would remember, but he didn't take any damage anyway. And I forgot to muddle Killian based off of the Zealot's attack. Okay, so let's look for something. I could get attack 2 I don't have fire infused on the battlefield yet in order to do Shield of the Desert to attack multiple enemies. I could just attack one for 3. That pillar only has 1 hit point left. This is a ranged attack. So I do have this, I have Desert Knight that puts, I think it's dark and ice or dark and frost or something. I don't remember what it's called. But I don't have any cards that consume those elements. Must be an upgrade you can get later. I don't think I need to move. Might just have to, maybe I'll have Crowley try to take out the Summoning Stone, but it might be good to try to just get this over with and take out a monster. Well, let's see. He's got 5 hit points left. That might be a tall order to ask on just 1 round. Killian can hit him with his favorite token and do quite a bit of damage to him. Maybe I'll leave that guy to Killian. What range do I have on some of these push? It's push 1. Oh, and that's a pull 1. Yeah. Maybe if I can try to go slow and hopefully this Zealot will get up here and I can pull him onto there. That means I have to come this direction. So let's see if I can get an attack off and then do a pull with a move. I doubt that that's going to be possible. Do I have something that I want to consume with fire? Attack 3, range 2, pull 1. This might be kind of a pipe dream if I'm hoping this guy will move up here, but I could maybe move to here and hope he at least has moved. If not, I could just take the disadvantaged attack at this guy. Let's try it. So then I'm going to need a move 3, and there's a move 3. This one is all attacks targeting you. Get disadvantage. Got to move 4 in consuming fire. And a heal 2. Okay, let's go with this. I want to try to go after the Zealots, hopefully, so I'm going to go at 63. I do have my boots that can move me quicker as well. Okay. So what I was going to do with Killian is consume this wind that's out there. Is there another one that consumes wind? These generate wind. Okay, so we're going to do stopping power to attack the Zealot at range 2. I could, move over there and loot that coin as well. Do I have something else? Move 3, push 2, attack 2, move 2. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do this because I'm gonna attack the pillar or the summoning stone with this attack 2. If I take it out and it becomes an obstacle, I should then be able to move across it and get that coin over there. Or I could even move 1, loot 1, but I doubt I'm going to take out that Zealot. Actually, I better take the Zealot out because I'm going to put my favorite token on him, attack 3. So that's actually what I'm going to do. I might be able to get, so if I stand there, oh no, I need the combination of the move and attack from that one card. Okay. Okay, that's what I'll do. So I'm going on 25 and 63. See where the enemies are going to activate. 51 for the stone golem, and then shuffle. Gonna stick it out like that to try to remember. And then the zealots, ooh, 77. Oh, that kills my plan. That kills the plan. Okay, we'll figure something else out. So Killian's gonna go first. Then the stone golem. Then Crowley, and then the zealots. Okay, so Killian is first. So I'm gonna do the top of stopping power first. So it's attack 3 at range 2. I am going to consume the wind to add range and to add push. This actually might work out. I wonder if, let's see, does that get him farther away? Or do I have to push him there? What was Crowley going to do? His range is only 2. But with a move 3... Oh, it's a pull. Yeah, all right. So, attack 3. The range, there's clearly enough range. I am muddled, so I have to draw 2 of these. So attack 3, -1 and -2. Oh, I forgot to apply, I was going to apply the favorite token. So that's number 4. So that's an additional +3. So it starts out at a base of 6. So the base is 6 -2 makes it 4 damage. 3 and 1 on number 4. So it's a total of 5. He's got 1 hit point left. Now I can push 2. And Crowley's attack is only at a range 2. I could switch up what I was going to do, though, as far as those 2 cards. And actually not move him at all. Because I could do this, and then that would make sure that this triggers, because he only has 1 hit point left. I'm not going to push him. But I do get a hit or an experience point. So that takes him to 3 XP. So that card is done. What I actually don't know, when does Muddle go away? Does that go away at the end of the turn or after it actually has an impact? Conditions. Most conditions, once applied, remain on the figure until the end of their next turn, which could be the current round. Yeah, so both of these attacks are going to get hit with this Muddle impact. Okay, so we've got the bottom of close cuts here. Attack 2 against the obstacle. I have to draw 2. So the worst one makes it 2 damage, which will destroy the obstacle. So I'll take the damage markers off of there, get a rubble marker, cover it, and then I've got move 2. So 1, 2, end of my turn. I'll pick up the coin. Too bad that wasn't a loot, because then I could have looted my... Oh no, the guy's not taken out yet. Okay, so that was Killian's turn. None of these are lost, they're just discarded. I actually wonder if that... Does that kill this challenger card? Because it says never leave a hex adjacent to a monster. Yeah, I'm wondering if walking through that... All right, just to make sure that that move that I just did is still legal, I'm going to... Oh, wait a minute, I just saw something cool. Or I just thought of something cool. If I use the push 2, that's what I'll do. I'll use that push, just push this guy here. Yeah, okay, so I'm pushing that guy there. I'm going back to when I had stopping power. I'll just throw it up there so you can see. A little bit of take backsies. I actually do end up wanting using part of this push because the rule says it's push up to that number. So I'm just going to push him 1 space further away from me. Then I don't have to worry about this never leave a hex adjacent to a monster, because now I wasn't adjacent to him because I did that when I was back here. So that's my move to get to there. And what I was going to do is I was thinking about using this Fateful Compass to force the guy to move onto a trap. I actually might save it and force the elite guy onto the trap because he has more hit points. Yeah. That changes what I'm going to do with Crowley then. That's fine. I'll just go. It's actually not Crowley's turn yet. Stone Golem goes. Stone Golem drew a move +1, and his base move is 1, so he's going to move 2 again. I'm sure Crowley would still be his focus. They're both up this direction anyway. Then attack -1. He doesn't have any range or anything, so he's not doing any attacks of any kind. So now it is Crowley's turn. All right. Let's see. Maybe I'll just do the base movement. He is muddled, so he's gonna have to draw 2. The Flaming Sickle is range 2. Could go 1, 2, 3. Start putting some poke damage down here. Maybe I just don't want to get that close to the elite yet and wait till next turn to start trying to do some damage to him. So I'm just going to use the bottom of Flaming Sickle to move. No, I'll use the bottom of Shocking Advance, and I'll go 1, 2, just to stay out of having disadvantage. So the bottom of Shocking Advance is going to infuse the battlefield with light. And then I'll do the top of Flaming Sickle. It's attack 3. I know this shouldn't go until the end of the turn, but I'm just going to do it now before I forget. So we've got the battlefield infused with both fire and light. And we're range 2 to this guy. So let's draw, because of our muddle, 2 cards here. Oh, that's a bummer. That is a real bummer with the muddle. Okay, so that's been drawn. That's going to go away. But so +0, he's got enough damage on him to be taken out. So we'll drop a coin there. And no experience or anything. The guy's already taken out, so no pull. And I'm not going to be able to loot the same turn, so that's not going to actually trigger. Okay, so now for the Zealots. The Elite would go first. He's not doing a ranged attack. Crowley would be his focus. He's at move -1. His base move is 2, so he's going to go 1. He is not, yeah, he's not doing a ranged attack, so nothing else to do for him. There's one normal standee guy here. Focus here, just to double check, even though it's not really going to matter because the guy's only going to move 1, would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They'd be tied. 6 to get up in personal with both of them. And killing went first, so killing would actually be the focus. But he is going to move just 1 because of the move -1. Now, I do think that monsters will loot. It's been a little while since I read that. In case of monsters, the money tokens and treasure tiles are removed from the map. Yeah. So he's gonna take this off the board. All right, end of round. There was a shuffle card here for the stone golems. Stone golem, there's only 1 so far. Forgot to do all of this for this guy when he was taken out. Favorite token went down. Whoops. Damage has to come off. This muddle goes away. No other shuffles in here. These go down to waning. And we go to card selection for the next round. So one more summoning stone destroyed, and then we read that story point number 1 there. Okay, Crowley. There is fire and light out on the board. I can't line it up properly to get this to be able to hit the summoning stone and that guy at the same time. Do I have another ranged attack? I do have another ranged attack. That's up on top there. I'd like to get this out at some point, in case guys get up next to me. He's too far away to do this. And this one is each time after an adjacent enemy attacks you, that enemy suffers damage equal to your shield value. I could move 4 and consume fire to get a shield. This one would give me shield 3 if I thought that Zealot was going to come up next to me. Let's see, what do I have as far as items? That one helps me move, +1. Don't really know that I need to be moving a whole lot, because I've got some stuff I got to do in this part of the board. So actually, one thing that I could do is I could move that elite onto that trap if I get Killian within range 3 of him. So getting Killian down to here where his favorite token is would give me within range to force this Zealot onto that trap. Then he would be adjacent. And then maybe I could get him to do shield spikes against himself. Or if I got this card out, yeah, I like this plan. So I'm going to get this card out and have this do some damage when Killian moves the guy over. So now and then I'll try to do this. Get that last, because the Zealot's going to have 8 hit points. He's going to take 5 damage from getting in the trap and coming next to me. 1 damage from this card. Okay, let's see how this comes together. This will be interesting. So now I need Killian to move 3. That's a move 1. Here's a move 3. Add +2 and gain an experience if you killed an enemy this round. This is a move 2, push 2, and against an adjacent enemy. This one will lose the card. Here's a move 3, push 2, which targets an adjacent enemy. So that's fine. Now do I have... I could do this attack so that I don't lose a card. If I'm here, 1, 2, 3, just out of range. Hopefully the Zealots don't get a low draw. Well, let's just see how this goes. I'm really liking this system. The way this is pretty thinky about you know, there's so many options, so many different combinations of cards, and especially between the two. And I can see how it would be actually really fun to play with another person where you can't exactly tell them what you're doing with your move. You can kind of tell them what your plan is, what you would like to see happen, and then you have to just hope that what you both decide to do kind of comes together. Okay, so we've got our initiatives. Let's see the Stone Golem's initiative. 10. Anytime a figure attacks a Stone Golem this round, that figure suffers 3 damage. So he's not going to do anything, even though he's going really early. 65. Move -1, attack +1. So they're going to want to do melee attacks this turn. So we have Crowley, the Red Guard, going at 6. The Stone Golem going at 10, still actually doing nothing. Killian going at 24, and the Zealots at 65. Okay, so I'm just going to show this one, but then I'm going to put it up over in the active area. So we'll be doing the top of Flaming Shroud, putting it up into the... Oh! Nope, this isn't going to work the way I thought it was going to. Oh well. Gotta live with it. I do need a marker. I totally blew it on this adjacent enemies and looting. Okay, so let me get a marker here. To mark that there. And then his bottom here of Blinding Sickle isn't actually going to do anything. Ooh, but I wonder if... Might still be fun to do this. I'll move here. Because then when Killian makes the guy move, he should be moving through 2 adjacent hexes and getting toasted. Yeah, that still seems good. So I'm just doing the basic action down here, not the actual text part. So for move 2. Okay, so then it would be the Stone Golems doing actually nothing because no one's attacking him this turn. That's pretty wicked too, 3 damage. And then it's Killian's turn. Hopefully I didn't screw this one up too. Okay, going to do the move 3 portion of center mass first. So we'll go 1, 2, 3. I'll loot this stuff at the end of the turn and hope I remember. Push 2. I'm not going to do the push because you push up to the number. And the enemy needs to be adjacent anyway, so he's not adjacent. Then I'm going to use the Fateful Compass. So Fateful Compass, I'll throw it over here. Fateful Compass says during your turn, force 1 enemy within range 3 to perform a move 2 action with you controlling the action. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to force this guy to go 1. When he enters this hex, because of Flame Shroud, he's going to take 2 damage, and that's going to move over. So we've got 1, 2 on standy 3. And then I'm also going to have him move. His second move will be to here on the trap. That's 3 damage from the trap. He also entered a hex adjacent to Crowley. So that's another 2 damage and an experience point for Crowley. So let's do that before I forget. Takes him up to 2. And 2 more damage. So he is now at 7. He's got 1 more. I'd like to take him out so he doesn't wound Crowley. So now I will do the top of Disorienting Barrage. It's attack 1, range 3. There were 3 potential targets, but I don't have any more targets. This actually is used, so it'll be flipped over. I cannot use it again in this scenario. So we are at attack 1. -1 is 0. Yeah, so it would have been good if I could have been able to do this. No, he still would have had some hit points left, so I screwed it up, but it was actually kind of fun seeing that take place with moving him through the flame shroud, getting some more damage, pushing him onto or actually making him move onto the trap. So, but he does get muddled, which is good. But the wound is not going to be a good time. And I still have not entered a hex adjacent to to an enemy. Muddle, where's the muddle token? Now I need to remember. It is only that particular guy, so yeah, put it here. All right, so that was Killian's turn. Now the Zealot's turn. So the Elite is going to go first. He's doing a melee attack, so he doesn't need to move. He's already next to Crowley. He is at attack +1, but he's muddled. So we're going to draw 2 of these. His base attack is 2. So he's starting at 3. So 3 -1 is 2 damage. So that's going to go down to 8. And we need a wound on Crowley. And the muddle will go away at the end of his turn. Okay. I wonder if I forgot. Did I forget something over here? Fire, when I played this, should have gone up to strong. And I did the base move off of that. I don't think I missed anything here. Okay. Just want to make sure I did all that correctly. So this guy, not doing a ranged attack, his base movement is 2. It's move -1, so he's going to go 1. It's getting into the fight slowly but surely. I believe that's everything. There were no cards that came out for reshuffling any decks. Light goes down, fire goes down, and we go to picking cards. So I'm down to 4 cards for Crowley. There is fire to consume, so I could get some damage on this summoning stone and this zealot. And then I could move on top of him to loot to get my final, or my battle goal completed. So I think I'll do the bottom of Desert Knight. Okay, I'm gonna do Shield of the Desert and the bottom of Desert Knight. No, I need to move first in order to line that up. So that's not gonna work. This is where I need this adjacent damage and loot card. I guess I could short rest at the end of this turn to get those cards back and just plan on moving on to here and looting both of these spots next turn. Oh, but I have to do it on the same turn in order for my battle goal to be completed. Well, maybe I just try to set up the battle goal later. It's not like these are the last enemies, right? But I need to get rid of this elite guy. So I think I'm still going to do the same thing, just move here and then get get this Shield of the Desert attack off, and I'm going to go at initiative 10. When his turn starts, he is wounded, so I will have to remember. And in order to remember that, I'm going to put this wound token on top of his cards. And I might actually just... how much damage have I taken? I've taken 2 damage. I might do this heal from this healing potion. The heal will just get rid of the wound. It won't actually heal any hit points, but then I'm not taking a bunch of damage over the course of time from that wound. Killian, what's he got for his 4 cards? We've got an attack 2. Gain 1 experience if the target has your favorite token. You may add +3 attack to any of your ranged attacks by moving the token from this card. And look, I said it out loud during the last turn that hopefully I wouldn't forget, and I forgot. I forgot to loot that space. We've got a move. Double the value of your next attack this round for an experience, and I would lose the card. Well, both of those are card losses. Move 3, add +2, move, and gain 1 experience if you killed an enemy this round. Can I get 6 damage onto this Zealot? We can try. So I'm going to go at 18, do the bottom of second wind, see if I get an experience point, if I can get lucky with my attack modifier deck, which so far I think I've drawn quite a few reds here. Yeah, and my blessing is already gone too, which is kind of a bummer. Plus I'm going to get my favorite token on him. I think I can one-shot this guy. We'll see. We'll see. So I'm going at 18, 10. Now let's check out the enemies here. 64, nothing special from the Golems. Just going to do his base stuff. And the Zealots, 82. And this is a shuffle, so we'll remember that. I'm going to try to put it sideways. Any of these little tiny hints and reminders to help me, I think, are a good thing. So not moving, but doing a ranged attack. So it would be nice if I can take this guy out before he shoots at me. So we have Crowley the Red Guard going first, then Killian at 18, then the Stone Golem at 64, and the Zealots at 82. All right. So, and I believe wound is suffer 1 damage at the start of each turn. Yes, so you have to take a damage from this wound. Go to 7. I'm just going to use this now, this healing, during my turn to get rid of the wound before I forget. And I'm just going to use the basic action from Desert Knight to move 2. So let's go 1 to there. And now, Shield of the Desert. I will consume the fire to hit both of these squares where the Summoning Stone is and where this Zealot is at attack 3. And I do not have light to consume for the second part of that. So I'm not muddled or disadvantaged or anything. So let's go against the Zealot first at attack 3. -1 is 2 damage, but we only needed 1 left to get rid of him. Get all of that out of the way. Yep, so take him out. Drop the coin. He's gone. Now our modifier against the Summoning Stone is -1. So 2 damage there. It's got 1 hit point left. Okay. That is everything for Crowley, I believe. We consumed the fire, did that correctly. I'm hoping. Those are discarded, got rid of his wound. Now is Killian's turn. Okay, so we're doing the top of follow through. I'm going to apply, it is a ranged attack, so I'm going to apply the favorite token to standee number 1 here. So we're at attack 2 plus the favorite token. We're at attack 5. And then it says add +2 attack and get an experience point if the target has your favorite token. So we're at attack 7. So there's a couple of cards that could kill us in here. Not kill us, but would make it so the Zealot doesn't die. So we're at 7. +1 is 8. Might be overkill, but I like it. And we gain 1 experience point because that guy had our favorite token. So he's at 4. Okay. Now we actually have the bottom of second wind, add +2 move and gain 1 experience point if you killed an enemy this round. I am just going to move 3 though, so 1, 2, 3. Before I forget, I will loot that because that's where I'm stopping. And gain 1 experience point because I did kill an enemy this round. So that goes up to 5. I've only been doing experience points for a couple scenarios. I have found it a little bit easier so far to get an XP for Killian. Maybe I just need to get over the fact that I'm going to lose cards, I think, to get experience for Crowley, but we'll see. Okay, those are done. Now it is Stone Golem. No extra stuff over his base, so his base is move 1. Who is his focus? Probably still Crowley. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, so he's going to move 1 to there. Okay. Now it would be the Zealots, but the Zealots are no more. So I believe that is the end of the round. That did have the shuffle icon on it, so I'm just going to shuffle this up here. Anything that I'm forgetting? I don't think so. There's no elements to deal with. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that Zealot card it would infuse with fire. Unholy Flame, but since there's no one to do anything, I doubt that actually still triggers. Kind of wouldn't make sense. So one thing I do need to decide here before I actually say I'm moving on to the next round is, am I short resting? I think I said I was going to short rest with Crowley so I could get that oh, I did not take the obstacle out though. Each time after an adjacent enemy attacks you, that enemy suffers damage equal to your shield value, which I will not have any shield value. I don't think these are 2 good cards to have by themselves. So I am going to short rest. I will pick up my discard pile, shuffle it up, and I'll lose this one. Swift Strength. It's a ranged attack. the move with jump and shield. It's a fast card too. I'm just going to put it there and then add the rest of these to my hand. Now Killian. Are these okay cards for Killian? We've got move 1 and loot 1. And I could add jump. And over here we've got attack 3, which is a ranged attack. I don't have anybody to attack right now, though, at range, because this objective needs to be attacked with melee. This is a melee attack. I mean, I could just do base move. That would get me there. Oh, but I could add jump with my boots. And then maybe set myself up for a long rest to get him back. Range 4. 1, 2, 3. Ooh. Maybe I will do this. And then base move, the loot's not going to get me anything. But that's okay. Yeah, I think I'll use these 2 cards. Throw my favorite token down on him with that ranged. Start doing some damage on this stone golem, who's the first enemy we've seen that has an actual shield ability on his card. Okay, so let's draw the initiative for the stone golem. Oh, I have not chosen my cards. I was just picking if I was going to short rest or not, but I'm not going to short rest. These are the cards I'm going to use. Now let me pick my cards for Crowley. I need to get 1 damage down onto that summoning stone. Do I have anything on the top that'll let me move? No, and I kind of want that golem to come to me to take damage from my flame shroud. So I would like to be able to loot some of those coins. There's no elements. Here's an attack 2 that would disarm the golem. Going at 90. Oh, actually, I could do this where all adjacent enemies suffer 1 damage, and then I'd be able to loot that coin and do 1 damage to that to take it out. So what do I want to do next turn? Because I have 2 of those, and 1 will get some fire out there, and 1 will get light out there. Maybe I play Shocking Advance to get an experience point and have a shield next turn. So let's use the one that gets light out. Going at 87. Maybe I don't mind, because the golem might then move up, and then he would be an adjacent enemy that suffer. Or he wouldn't actually suffer damage because his shield would block it. Oh, but this attack is the one I was going to do that attacks somebody within 2 and disarms them. So that's what I was going to do. But those are so slow. It's fine if he moves up next to me, though, because this is not a ranged attack. So I will not get disadvantaged. So we'll go at 46 and 87. Kind of slow this turn, but there's only the stone golem out there. And his card, 51. So he's going to move first. then it will be Killian at 46, and then Crowley at 87. Okay, so we've got the Stone Golem going first. He's at move +1. His normal base movement is 1, which is going to be just enough to give him the 2 movement he needs to get there onto the difficult terrain. And then he's attack -1. His base is 3. Oh wait, first gotta take a step back. So he moved adjacent to me, so he's gonna take 2 damage. He has a shield of 1, so my understanding is the shield reduces all attack damage. So now I want to look this up because this is not an attack. I wonder if Suffer has its own. It does. Suffer damage. When a figure performs an ability that directly states that designated figures suffer damage, designated figures suffer the damage, and this damage cannot be reduced in any way. Figures suffering damage do not need to be in line of sight of the active figure so long as other conditions are. Okay, so that's cool. So his shield doesn't, because the card specifically says suffers 2 damage. That's good. Okay, so that was his move. And then that means he's also going to suffer damage from this. So this is actually extra good. Okay, so his attack is -1. His base is 3 because he's a normal golem. So his base, he's at 2. We draw a card off of here. +1 is going to be 3 damage. It's going to take Crowley down to 4. I have to think about a heal sometime. So we need to remember to shuffle those up. Now it is Killian's turn. So I was going to do the bottom of retrieval just to move. So I might as well get over here. Oh, I need to destroy this. So I'll just use the 2 movement just to get next to it to maybe start putting some damage onto it next turn. And then I've got attack 3 at range 4. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. So attack 3. -1 is 2. His shield will block 1. So we've got 1 damage going through. That brings this up to a total of 3 on there. And that will infuse air onto the battlefield and give me 2 experience points, up to 7. But then that card is going to be lost. So I'll put that over there in the lost. So that is the end of Killian's turn. Now it's Crowley's turn. Got Desert Knight and Blinding Sickle. So attack 2, target 1 adjacent enemy within 2 hexes and disarm. So the Stone Golem. Attack 2. +1 is 3. -1 for his shield is 2. So he's at a total of 5 damage. He will be disarmed. Should be a disarm relatively close to the top. There we go. He is disarmed. I can now see the benefit. I've seen on online where you can get some monster standees that have a place to put a condition token on it. So you can actually, I can see how easy it would be to forget that this is over here when you've got several guys out on the map. Okay, so that was, and for no reason, we infused the battlefield with those because they don't have anything that can consume them. Hopefully the enemies don't have anything that can consume those either. Now we do the bottom of Blinding Sickle. All adjacent enemies suffer 1 damage. And it's suffer, so it does not get blocked by the shield. So we're at a total of 6 there. And that also will do 1 damage to this Summoning Stone. So that takes out the second Summoning Stone. So when 2 Summoning Stones have been destroyed, read number 1. The tremors have subsided. You feel you've finally gotten a handle on things, but then more men with robes rush from the deeper tunnels of this wretched place to aid the others. Spawn 1 normal and 1 elite zealot at B. Here. Additionally, spawn 2 normal zealots at C for 3 characters, so we don't have 3 characters. Or 1 normal and 1 elite zealot at C for 4 characters, so I don't have to do either of those 2. When the remaining 2 summoning stones have been destroyed, read special rules 2, or read section 2. So here at B, you need to spawn 1 normal and 1 elite zealot. I've got these normal zealots here. I'll shuffle them around to grab one at random. I'll have let one fall, that guy. And I do have 2 with elite bases on them. That one is standing number 3. So spawning, I think we spawn there and then we spawn another at another space next to it. When a monster is spawned, let's see, set up on the map in an empty hex closest to its designated spawn point. Multiple monsters can be spawned at the same spawn point at the same time, and each one will be placed on a different empty hex closest to the spawn point. So I get to choose. I think I'll choose to put the normal guy on the spawn point and then the elite guy in the back there, right next to it. And when they come out, they get a card. So they would have gone at 19, so they haven't had a chance to go, so they are going to get a chance to go after Crowley's turn is done. So that was still the enemy suffering 1 damage portion of the card. Loot 1, he's going to get this coin here. And we will infuse light onto the battlefield. All right. I think that was everything from their turn. Stone Golem has 6 damage and he's disarmed, so he's not too scary next turn because he will not be able to attack me. So now the Zealots get to go. The elite guy's going to go first. They've got move 1. They're trying to get in melee. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's Crowley. And his base movement is 2, but he's at +1. So 1, 2, 3. And now standing number 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep. So his base movement, let's see, is also 2 +1, so 3. 1, 2, if he goes 3, he'll be 1, 2, 3, 4 away. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. I think he's going to go this way. They are not close enough to get their attack and their curse off, which is good. And they would infuse with air, which has already happened. All right. There's a lot going on now. So end of the round, all of these are going to go down to waning. The Stone Golem's deck here needs to get shuffled. I don't think anything else needs to get shuffled. Need to get Crowley some more experience points. If these guys get up next to him, they'll enter his Flame Shroud. He'll get one more that way. Killian here's got 7 already, and Crowley's only got 2 experience points. Okay, on to cards. Oh wait, I need to figure out short resting versus am I going to take a turn to long rest? I don't really need to heal, and I don't need to recover an item, so I might as well short rest just to get into the action again with 3 enemies here on the board. We'll see which card I'm going to lose. I should have saved double throw. I mean, it was nice to get that range 4 attack off on the Stone Golem, but I probably should have saved it when I had more eligible enemies. Like now, both of these 2 guys are within 4. This would have been a better turn for that card. Okay, let's pick one. How about this one? Ooh, this is a range 4 attack 2. Add +2 if I like this card. There are other cards in here that I like as well. Do I want to take the damage and get a different one? I like having the ability to do like the burst of +3 from that. Another 2 with the favorite token. Yeah, I'm going to do it. I'll take the damage. Shuffle this. Now I have to lose this next card. This one. Oh, it's the attack 6, range 3, 2 experience points. That's a bummer. Who knows, maybe, we'll see. Okay, range 3, attack 1, I could muddle. If I moved on to this treasure chest, I could hit both of those guys with this card. Move 2. With jump. Move 1. Too bad I couldn't get there. Then that card goes away. Attack 3. Range 2. +1 range if there is air, which I can consume. That's not too bad. Then I could push this guy back to buy us some time against this elite guy. So there's a possibility. I don't really need to, I don't think I'm going to kill somebody on this turn, so I'm not going to get the extra benefit from here. I don't really need to heal. This would be move 3, push 2. That's interesting. I could get 2 damage on the Stone Golem by moving him through Crowley's Flame Shroud with the push 2. 1, 2, 3. Because it has to be an adjacent enemy. Or I could attack 2 and move 2 to get here. and then push this guy. But would this could be considered away from me? Probably not. I need to go like around this way in order to push this guy back away from us for a while. So, oh, this is interesting. So maybe I use this, the bottom of this one, to consume the air, but then I'm not pushing the elite. He might be able to put a hurt on me. I can't always lose a card to oh, but it's only move 2, and it has to be, and it pushes an adjacent enemy, so that won't get me where I want to go. So maybe I don't worry about pushing the elite. If I want to push the stone golem through, he needs 4 more damage, because he has taken 6. That would wipe him out, so that won't help with this. It won't help with getting the looting, because Crowley won't be the person killing him, but then Crowley can come up and start working on these guys, I guess. So I still like this plan, but I do have to get slightly closer in order to pull that off. So where did that attack to? I could move 1, loot 1, but then I'm still 4 away. Attack 2 against this. Move 2 to there to loot the treasure. We're gonna do that. Oh, yeah, maybe I'll work this against the elite guy, because the attack would then be wasted. I'll throw my favorite token down on the elite. Maybe push him that way. That gets him closer to Crowley, but at least gets him away from Killian. But anyway, we're going to go on 25. So then, knowing that, what can Crowley do? I've got an attack 3. Can immobilize, because there's light out there I can consume, get a shield. The guy's disarmed, so the shield's not like the best thing for this turn. Unless these zealots are going to get up close here. There is no fire to consume. Attack 2, target all adjacent enemies. +1 attack and get an experience point. So that's attack 3, immobilize with a shield for the entire round. After each time an adjacent enemy attacks you, that enemy suffers damage equal to your shield. But the golem's not going to be attacking because he's disarmed. So what do we have down on the bottom here? Might be good to move to try to set up the fact to have these guys move into my Flaming Shroud. So if I get here, I could loot that coin, and maybe these guys would move into me and get damaged. So move 3 and infuse light. All attacks targeting you gain disadvantage this round. This might be good to play if I think those guys are going to get close to me. Going on 32, and then the other one that I was going to do was just attack 3 to attack that golem, get shield and a point. Going on 14. Okay, now we see where they're going to go. Stone Golem at 64, that's nothing special, and the Zealot 27. All kinds of stuff happening on their card. Ooh. So this is going to be an interesting turn. There's lots of stuff happening on this Drain Life card. Okay, let's get the order set up. So we've got Crowley the Red Guard at 14, Killian the Hatchet at 25, the Zealots at 27, and the Stone Golem at 64. All right. So we're going to do this attack 3 against the Stone Golem. So let's draw his. So 3 + 1, the shield is -1. So that's 3 damage. And he's at 6. So he's got 1 HP left. And he's immobilized. I will consume the air to get shield 1 and an experience point. So that takes him from 2 up to 3. And now the bottom of Healing Sands, move 3. I was going to go 1, 2 to loot this coin. But I'm wondering now, seeing this particular card here, they're going to have a range 2 and they're going to move 2. So yeah, we'll be all right. We can always lose cards to stop some damage from coming in. Plus, they're going to have disadvantage this round. So we got lots of cards up here in the active zone to remember for what's going on. He's got shield, they got disadvantage. This might actually be a good turn for them to be attacking. Okay, Killian's cards. Let's do the bottom of Close Cuts first. Attack 2, move 2. So we're attacking this Summoning Stone. +2. So this is our new card. This actually takes this out, which is, this is good. So we don't have to backtrack to get it later. I was afraid when I was coming up with that plan that I was setting myself up to go this way and then have to come back, but that worked out. So it ended up being 4 and it only has 3 hit points. took it out, it infuses wind. I guess that's at the end of the turn, which is even better, actually. This is why this is important, because that's at the end of the turn that happens. So now we do the top. Oh wait, move 2. I wanted to go 1, 2. So we'll loot that treasure at the end of the turn. Now we're going to do the top of stopping power. And I want to hit. I'm going to use up the air to get range 3 at attack 3. So 1, 2, 3. So I will hit the Elite Zealot here. It is a 0, so let's get a 3, and that is standy 3. And he's got 8 hit points total. Now we can push 2. And I want to do push to there and push to there. So what that's going to do is trigger this Flaming Shroud and give 2 more damage. He was going to move there anyway, but this is more fun when you force them to do it. And another experience point. So from 7 to 8. And none of those cards are lost or anything. But now we do infuse the battlefield with air again, which is nice. Okay, now it will be the Zealots turn. So we start with the elite guy. He actually is doing a ranged attack, so he wouldn't have moved there. No, he would not have moved there. Crowley will be his focus. He does have movement, though, to move away. Oh, but actually, he isn't going to move away. This is an important point because he already has disadvantage from this particular card. So if they already have disadvantage, they will not choose to move away when they're already disadvantaged. Yeah, so that's an important point. Okay, it's attack -1. His base attack, he's an elite, so his base attack is 3. We're at -1. +1, so he's at 3. I have shield 1, so that takes it down to 2. 2 damage. Ooh, I'm down to 2. That's not good. Oh, and plus he's wounded now. Uh-oh. Yeah, this is not good. And then heal self X, where X is the damage suffered by the target of the attack. So he's going to heal 2. That was not a great card for us to get. Oh, and now this guy's going to attack him as well. He's at 2 -1. We'll draw the card here. -1 makes it 1, but his shield makes it 0. So 0 damage, which is good. They infuse at the end of their turn. With that, he doesn't heal himself. All right. Now it is the Golem's turn, the Stone Golem's turn. He is immobilized and disarmed. So he's not going to do anything because he can't move. There's nobody adjacent to him. But his 2 conditions will go away. Oh, I forgot the disadvantage. Shoot. So let me backtrack. I gotta backtrack. I want to make sure this is right. Put the 2 damage back onto the Elite. He's still going to wound me, but let me take this back up to 4, just so I can do this correctly. Got the disadvantage. These are the 2 cards he would have drawn. The worst one for him is -1. So he starts out at 3, -1 from this, takes it down to 2. -1 from this, takes it down to 1. My shield makes it 0. So I lose no hit points, and he doesn't heal anything. So that's the Elite character's attack. Now, for the Zealot in the back's attack, he draws 2 cards. He's at a 0 is the worst one for him, so that's the one that he would take. He starts out at a base of 2. -1 from this makes it 1. My shield of 1 makes it 0. No damage. Okay, we're at a little bit better. Still wounded though. Still wounded from the Elite guy's attack. Oh, in the end of Killian's turn, we loot treasure chest 16. Let's go to the glossary in the back. 16 is mana potion. Item number 14. So we got to get into the item deck here. Item number 14. Mana potion. So mana potion says, during your turn, infuse any 1 element. Oh, that's nice. And then the Stone Golem's turn would have applied still the same way, doing nothing. So end of round. This needs to get shuffled. Man, I'm glad I played those and that I remembered that disadvantage from his card and that shield. That really saved his bottom. That stuff goes down to waning. We didn't draw anything else that would require shuffling of the ability decks. These 2 go away. Did I use my favorite token? I didn't use my favorite token. I could have put a lot more damage on that guy. Well, at least I still have it. Okay, so let's plan cards for the next turn. Do I have a way to heal Crowley's wound from Killian? No, I do not. He's going to go down to 3, so he kind of needs... He's got to heal 2 at range 2. That'll at least get rid of his wound, and then does he have a way to get out of there? Not quickly, because that's the bottom. Could be in some trouble. Might have to start losing some cards to take some damage. I've got this heal 4 self here. Maybe I need to short rest to get that back. I do have the weathered boots. That'll give me +1 movement. But all I have is base movement, and my heal is down there. I don't have anything at all to heal somebody else. All I have is a heal self. So Killian might have to come up and start being the target of people's desires for attacks. I could muddle them. How much damage does he have on him already? This elite, he can take, his maximum is 8. He's got 5 on him already. Any fancy pulling? I could move to pull the guy. Any pulling over here? Got some pushing, but pushing, it's really going to be really hard to push this guy away. Just because of where he is on the map, right up against the wall. Attack 3 at range 3. So this golem only has 1 hit point left. This guy has 3 hit points left, and we haven't even touched this guy in the back here. How can I get into range 3 of all of them? So 1, 2, 3. If I can get there, I'd be in range 3 of all of them. To muddle all of them might be something I need to do, but then I need to go quickly with a move. And I need it to be at least move 2. Move 2, I could just do the base of something. The base movement on a card, one that goes quickly. This 18. Muddle them, try to take, maybe to take the golem out. Now, I'm wondering, is there something that would help Crowley if I infuse the battlefield with an element here? Maybe I can take the guy out, and if this guy's muddled, maybe not worry too much about the damage. I am going to take 1. From the wound. I got to get that wound off me because I don't have very many hit points left. So I need to heal. So I'll be staying where I am. I could move no. Man, I really wish I had a move on the top of one of these cards. Maybe I'll do this twirling stabs, the top of this one. Going at 38. Be nice if I could go a little quicker to try to take this guy out. I know he'll be muddled, but just before he even gets the chance to try to attack me. And I don't know if 38 is going to be quick enough. I could push him away. Might have to take the chance. Might have to take the chance, and then I'd have to lose one of these cards if I end up taking too much damage. Yep. So I'll put the wound marker on top of him. So we're going at 38 and 18, and now we'll see the stone golem will be going at 90. And I hope the Zealots is a high number, 82. It is a decent attack, though. All right, so we have Killian the Hatchet first, Crowley the Red Guard, then the Zealots, and then the Stone Golem. So, Killian. I'm going to do the just the basic movement. That's all I really need to do. Move 2. Maybe actually I will use the move 3 to get here, because then I'm still within 3 of everybody. And I'm in position to maybe start working on this summoning stone. Yeah. And then the top of Disorienting Barrage is attack 1 and muddle. So let's start here with the stone golem. Attack 1 plus 1 is going to be enough for the stone golem to be taken out. So we'll drop a coin there. Now we'll go here to the elite, and it's attack 1 times 2. I could have swore I got the blessing out of his deck already. I didn't put them both in the same deck, did I? Geez, I hope I didn't screw that up, but I'm gonna play like I didn't. Oh, and I wanted to put the favorite token on. I should have done that before. But I want to put the maximum amount of damage on, so I keep forgetting about this favorite token. So its favorite is +3, makes it a 4. Was that 4, 5? Yeah, that will be enough to take him out, so the muddle doesn't matter, but the favorite token gets dropped. I gotta remember that favorite token. Know where I can put it. Maybe I can put it up here just to help me remember that I have it as an available option. And this goes away. I want to read that rule on blessing cards real quick just to make sure. Bless is a positive condition. Blessed cards are removed from a deck after being revealed or at the end of a scenario if they were not revealed. Yeah. All right, and we've got one more attack to do here. Against this guy, it's attack 1 +0. Wait, so this guy's gone, and this is standing number 2. And he's muddled. This had already been executed before I killed enemies, so I do not get the experience point from that. Okay, so Crowley is wounded, so he's going to take the damage. He's at 3 hit points. Yeah, now his attack isn't going to do anything. So I actually don't know how these experience points things work. If I can't do this attack, I don't think I get those experience points. Right? I mean, that would make the most sense. Some actions have an experience value attached to them. If the action specifies the experience is earned only through specific conditions written out in text, then that text must be satisfied to receive the experience. The text doesn't specify that you have to do something. Oh, it says when at least some part of that action is performed, the character gains the number of experience specified. And since some of that can't be performed, I'm going to say that I don't get the experience from it, which is kind of a bummer. But the heal 2, range 2 is going to take the wound off. At least. Should have just long rested if I knew that was going to be the case. Because I can't even do the basic action because there's nobody to attack. But I had to get that wound off, so. Still has not been able to accomplish his mugger battle goal. All right, so the Zealots are next. This stone golem is gone. He's got an attack +1 at range 3. Did I use? I think I used that wind. No, I didn't actually. Okay, attack +1. Crowley is still the focus because according to the example, he's the closest. I mean, this scenario that I've got on the board right now, I think is the whole debate about the fact that Killian is higher in the initiative order, but Crowley is actually closer because this is a ranged attack at range 3. But again, if I go back to these examples back here, it has that focus icon, even though all of these characters are within range of the attack, it has the focus on the closest guy. So that's how I'm going to play it. He's muddled, so he's going to draw 2. This could actually hurt because it is a base attack of 3. Hopefully we get the null out of this deck here. Uh-oh. Haha. Perfect time for this. Good muddle. So it's only 1 damage. It's attack 1, base of 2 is 3, -2 is 1. Too bad I don't have a shield going this turn. I'm not going to lose a card for 1 damage. That is going to take me down to 2. So I think I am going to short rest because I want to get my heal 4 card. So if that's the one that I get, because it is the end of the round, so this stuff will go down. Oh, the Zealots would infuse the battlefield with fire. It would go down. We need to shuffle these guys up here in just a second. But I don't want to take the chance on, unless I think, oh, this muddle is gone. Unless I want to just move out of there and make Killian be the target of the next attack. If I get Killian up close and personal, I could long rest. Just need to get Killian up 1 space closer and long rest, and then actually pick the card that I lose. And then heal next turn for 4. So which card do I want to lose? still one card either way. I'm going to short rest. Take the chance that I don't draw that particular card. I mean, it would be 2 more hit points I'd be getting back, but it's going to take 2 turns to long rest, and then no, I'll long rest next turn. That's what I'm going to do. What about Killian here? Killian has 3 cards left. We need to take this guy out, or at least make him concentrate on us while Crowley is long resting. My favorite token is sitting down on the ground there, so I don't have the benefit of these ones that get the benefit of having the favorite token out there. I could move and then push, move, and loot. I have the mana potion. I don't need to infuse with anything. I could move 3 and push 2, pushing him back here, and maybe that would buy us some time. Can I get a decent attack off first? So this challenger battle goal actually, never leave a hex adjacent to a monster. Does leaving this hex to here count because I'm still adjacent, but I'm technically leaving a hex adjacent to a monster? If I move up there to push him, so I think if I go here, I would not actually be able to push him 2, because I'm not sure if he actually is getting farther away from me. Oh, but that is an obstacle. Okay. So can I get to there? I'd have to use my winged shoes using jump to ignore the difficult terrain. And I do have 2 push 2s. But you got to push an adjacent enemy. If I go into here, I think that this counts because this is an obstacle, so pushing him this way does get him a hex further away from me. I'm not sure that that really buys me too much though, because he can just move right back up and attack me. I think I wanted to do this attack 3, range 3. But then the question is just which bottom card to play. If I go here and push him there, am I his focus? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and I'd be going lower in the initiative. So I should be his focus. Oh, but then he would not be adjacent. See, that's the whole thing with this push, is the adjacency. Well, Yeah, they both have to target an adjacent enemy. So maybe I just don't... Oh, I need to move at least one to become his focus. So I'll do the bottom of this card on the basic movement. And Crowley will be long resting this turn. Okay, have to shuffle these. Stone Golems are gone at the moment. Throw this here in the middle. This definitely has been a longer scenario. I could just be dragging it out too, I don't know. So there's only Zealots out there. 19! Oh no. They're gonna go first. Well, that's the danger. So Crowley's still going to be the... Crowley is still gonna be his focus. Good thing I still have cards in my hand to lose to maybe absorb any damage. So what we've got here now is the Zealots going, then Killian, and then Crowley. Okay, so Zealots first. He is going to do an adjacent, a melee attack. He's got move +1, so he will move here. When he moves there, he's going to take 2 damage. Takes him up to 3. And that's going to give Crowley an experience point. And then this card will go to the lost area. So that was his move. He's at attack -1. So his base is 2. We'll flip a monster card here. And it's -1, so 0 damage. That's okay. He is going to curse Crowley. So we need to go here and get one of these curse cards. Oops. This is a curse card that goes in a player's deck. Throw it in here. And then he's going to infuse at the end of his turn air onto the battlefield. Okay, so that's the Zealot's turn. Now, is this going to change what Killian is going to do? Because the Zealot went first. Attack 3, range 3. Let's just do that first. He is within range 3. We'll flip a card, +0, so that's 3 damage. That takes him out, actually. So he is gone. We will drop a loot coin there. Now, the bottom of follow through. Do I want to... Yeah, so what I'm going to do, I am going to do the bottom, move 2, so 1, 2, and then there's nobody to push. Then the bottom thing is then use up the air to get another move 2. I'll move on to there to get this token and my favorite token. Get the money and my favorite token. Okay, so that's Killian's turn. Those cards go in the discard pile. I will either have to short rest or long rest next, because I only have one card left. But now we have Crowley's long rest here. So let's just get his 2 hit points and pick a card to lose. I know I want this card. Shield Spikes kind of seems pretty situational, and you have to lose it to play it. Yeah, sure, we'll just go with Shield Spikes. And then these cards get put back into his hand. And his item doesn't need to be refreshed. So I think we're good. We need to get down here and start working on this summoning stone, because we have to get rid of all the summoning stones and all the enemies, and I'm pretty sure more enemies are going to pop out once we get rid of this. So let's just move straight to... This might be a good turn for Killian to long rest, which in fact I think is just what I'm going to do, instead of needing to randomly get a card out of here. I know I want to do this heal, and now let's look for a good move with jump here. That's 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces. 1, 2, 3 doesn't quite get me there, but I can get +1 with my card. Yep, so let's just do that. Easy turn to plan. So it really is just going to be Crowley going, because Killian is long resting. There's no enemies out there. I'm going to do the bottom of Shocking Advance, and I'm going to use his boots to get +1 move. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4. And then the top of Healing Sands is heal 4 self. So we go from 4 to 8. And oops, and an XP. So from 4 to 5. And that's the end of his turn. We're long resting here. So we do go from 6 to 8 hit points. Choose a card to lose. Let's see. I like this one that muddles a bunch of people. Close cuts. Stopping power is a range 2 attack 3. Range 4 attack 2. Sure. Or what about this heal? Do I need 6 more hit points? It's a good one for initiative though, and with a move 3 on it. I don't think I'm going to need this heal. I want to maintain as much attack as possible, I think. Yeah, because I mean this one was combos with the favorite token. Okay, this could be a mistake, but I'm just going to choose to lose the heal. And that is his long rest. This should be gone. You know what? I feel like I saw a ×2 somewhere. I probably screwed this up. Yeah, there was a ×2 here. Crowley might not have been as lucky as I thought. Another asterisk by this one, by this scenario. There's lots of stuff to remember, especially playing 2 characters. Okay, so we'll go straight to card selection for the next turn. Need to work on this summoning stone here. Let's see. Move 3 with jump. Okay, then do I have a melee attack? Ranged, only close cuts. I could also use my winged shoes, but that's a ranged attack. I mean, I could just use the basic attack on the top of something for attack 2. Target all enemies adjacent to any hex you entered during the movement. Oh, if I do this, I lose this card. Do I have another move 3, and then I'll just use my... I can do this one, and then use my winged shoes. Or do I see if Crowley can just try to get the 3 damage done on it? Oh, wow. I don't have a whole lot of... I mean, this is attack 3. I don't really need to worry about the adjacent enemies because, I mean, it costs, or you have to have fire to put it in. Not to put it in, but you have to have fire to be able to do the 2 enemies. Twirling Stabs, attack 2. So I think we both need to put some damage on this summoning stone. The bad thing here, though, is that I'm sure as soon as I break that thing apart, there's going to be more enemies popping onto the map. So I might want to let Killian... I've got an attack 2 on the bottom here. Let's do this attack 2. And this Shield of the Desert, we might get lucky pulling a modifier out of there. That'll get us the 3 damage we need. To get to 3 on this summoning stone. All right. Let's get Killian over there. Move 2, push 2, move 2. One, 2. 1, I could do 2 damage to it just automatically with this. With this movement here. Oh, I don't know if I want to lose this card. This is such a good attack on the top here. do this move. If we break this thing up, I'm sure there's going to be guys popping out. I don't know if it's going to be here, here, or here, but in this spot, I could be within a range 4 to attack somebody. If I'm there, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Maybe get this muddle ready. How about this? We'll go with this, see what happens. So we're going on 10 and 24, so Crowley is first. Let's get our cards over here. Okay, so Crowley is going to do the bottom of Twirling Stabs, attack 2 on the summoning stone here. The +0 is 2 damage. And then I will do the Shield of the Desert, which is attack 3. Kind of overkill. I probably should have done that in reverse order, because then I could have had the move. The basic move from the other one. Oh well, I've already done it, and I know what the modifier is. Yeah, overkill on the summoning stone. Okay. So now we go here to 2. Spawn 1 normal stone golem and 2 normal zealots at A. Additionally, spawn 1 stone golem at B for 3 characters, or 1 stone golem at B and 1 elite zealot at C. So we need 1 normal stone golem at, which one? At A. And 2 normal zealots. So let's get the zealots here. Do those 2. I get to put them adjacent, so I think I just want to go like as far away as possible. Do I want the stone golem in front? Yeah, because I think I want to just tag him with Killian's favorite. Just put a bunch of hurting on him. Nothing to consume, so no experience points from either of those. Okay, so now we've got guys that have popped out. We need to draw cards for them. Stone Golem would go at 10, so he needs to go next. So let's put the Stone Golem in there. And then the Zealots 82 would be last. Anytime a figure attacks a Stone Golem this round, that figure suffers 3 damage. Okay, so maybe I don't want to put the hurting on him. I'm at 8. Maybe it'll be worth it. We're running out of cards, so we'll have to make some progress on the scenario here. Okay. But he's not moving or attacking or anything, so his turn is over. We go to Killian. And I was gonna do the move from follow through. Is that right? No, I want to do the move from center mass. Yeah, the move 3, and I'm going to use his winged shoes to get jump. Yeah. 1, 2, 3 with jump. This obstacle isn't going to make a difference. And then we'll do follow through the attack. There's no adjacent enemy, so I can't push on center mass. It's attack 2, range 4. 1, 2. I want to do as much damage to this guy as possible, and this is going to give me extra damage if I put my favorite token on him. So we'll put the favorite token on him. So that's attack 2. Plus 3 is 5. Plus 2, because he has the favorite token, is 7. So I'm at 7. Plus 2 is 9. Minus 1 for his shield is a total of 8 damage. But because of his card that came up, I have to take 3 damage from attacking him. So that takes me down to 5. Okay, I think that is the end of his turn. And I get an experience point, that's right. It's up to 9. All right, now it is the Zealot's turn. They're not moving. They have a range 3, attack plus 1. Ooh. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. No one's within range. So this is good. So they're not going to do anything, but they are going to infuse fire onto the battlefield. End of the round. Their deck needs to be shuffled. I don't think anything else came out that needs to get shuffled. So we just move on to card selection. Okay, do we have any pulls in here? Got some pushes, but I could get up close and personal with this attack 3, take out this golem, put some hurting on this guy. 1, 2, 3. This seems good. 1, 2, 1. They would both suffer 2 damage. Then I could back away. And do an attack 3 on that guy. That seems okay. Let me look at what Crowley's got as far as options. He's only got 3 cards left. 2 ranged attacks. It'd be nice if he could take out the stone golem. So he could try to meet his... Oh, if I did what I was saying I was going to do, I'd lose my challenger thing. I think let's see, what do I got as options here? Try to pull 1, 2, 3, and then this guy would be within 2 hexes. I could attack him and disarm him. but I don't have move 3. This difficult terrain is causing an issue, and these are all really slow. So maybe if I just attempt to go really slow, to get this attack off. The Zealots might go before me, or maybe I could move up this way and get this pull off to pull him into here. But that difficult terrain is a problem as well. But if I could move 1, 2, if this guy moves to here, I could pull him onto there. So I want Flaming Sickle to be one of my 2 cards. And if I take him out, maybe I'll set it up so that that's my other card. But I want to go... I want to go late in the turn. And then Killian here. Stone Golem has my favorite token. 1, 2, 3. I can just guarantee that the Stone Golem gets taken out just by moving up there. Attack 3 at range 2. No one's in range for that unless I move. But if I do get up close, I guess I have this attack that I could use against him. Going at 25, this is what I'm going to do. Okay, so I've got these guys' initiatives set. Stone Golem is going to go at 72. And the Zealots will go at 65. So we've got Killian at 25. The Stone Golem, nope, the Zealots at 65, the Stone Golem at 72, and then Crowley at 87. Okay, Killian. Getting near to the end here. Going to do the bottom of Disorienting Barrage. So move 2, 1, 2. All adjacent enemies would suffer 1 damage. There's no one close to me. Move 1. All adjacent enemies suffer 2 damage. So Stone Golem suffering 2 damage. He's at 8. It's suffer, so shield doesn't stop it. Takes him to 10. So he's gone. So we drop a loot. And my favorite token. Then standing number 4 here also suffers 2 damage because he's adjacent. Then 1 experience point, move 1. So this is another one where I don't know if I don't do that move 1, do I get that experience point or not? Is that experience point tied to move 1 or is it tied to the entire action? I mean, I did some of the stuff on this action. I'm going to lose this card. Since I'm losing this card, I'm saying that the experience point counts. Then I got close cuts. Attack 3. Null. Does nothing. So I got to remember to shuffle. Still get the experience point though. Just takes the attack value to 0 when you draw that null card. All right, not the best, but this one is going to be lost, and that goes in discard. Okay, so who is next? The Zealots are next. So standee number 2 is going to go first, He has move -1 and he wants to get adjacent to somebody. So base move is 2, -1 is 1. Killing would be his focus there. So this actually might not end up being great. He's going to loot this token. My favorite token is still there on the ground. Didn't think this part through very well. We'll see what happens. I might have to lose some more cards here to avoid some damage, but we'll see. He's at attack +1. His base attack is 2. So I'll take that to go down to 3. Then this standee, he doesn't need to move because he's already next to me. He's at attack +1, 0. Do I go down to 1 or do I lose a card? I'm really gambling on taking these guys out the next turn if I don't lose cards. And I do not have my favorite token. Man. I'm going to go down to 1. And I think I'll also be short resting at the end of this turn. I'll have to see what Crowley does. Okay, it is Crowley's turn. I don't think this is here anymore. One, two, three, no. So I need to use the base movement here to go 1, 2. And then I'll use the top of Flaming Strike, attack 3, range 2, pull 1. So I'll do my attack 3 first. So it's 3 plus 0 on standing number 2. And then my pull 1, I'll be pulling him onto the trap. Yeah, it's too bad, because the loot 1 on the other card would have been good. So that's 6 damage for him. And that takes him out. The loot gets dropped. And then fire gets infused. And that's it. He's only got 1 card left. And I need to get these guys out of here, so I'm not going to be long resting, so I have to short rest. So I need to shuffle this up. I also will loot that. So best case scenario is that Crowley can somehow eliminate and loot this guy to meet his battle goal, but I don't think that's going to be an option. He's got 2 damage already, so what card am I going to lose? Attack 3 at range 2, immobilize. Yeah, sure. So that's his hand, and I've got 2 cards left. I could move away and do this attack and not have to worry about resting. Then I won't have any cards in my hand if I get attacked. So I'd have to make sure, and there's no way to actually make sure, that Killian isn't the focus of the attack. So just going to be safe and short rest, just so I have more cards in my hand. And I'll lose this one. Follow through. So this becomes my hand. Okay, now let's plan. Retrieval. The favorite token is on the ground, so that's not really the greatest. But if I move there, I could loot. If I did that first, place one of your character tokens. No, loot. Is loot at the end? Nah, it doesn't really matter. Could do close cuts to try to put some real hurting on him. And then move there and loot both of those. Because those are both ranged attacks, so I do not want to be disadvantaged. Oh, I got to shuffle this up here too. Remember to do that here in just a second. So what can Crowley... Crowley does not have any move on the top, though. We do get to finish the round, so if I can take him out and then move on top of the space to loot the coin. One, two, he's 3 ranged away. And I don't have anything that will attack at range 3. So I think the dream of trying to be able to eliminate and loot somebody isn't gonna happen. Because if this takes him out, then I won't get to do the pull on it. Attack 2, maybe I should just go for some more experience points. So get up next to him. And I've already used my weathered boots, so I don't have an extra movement. Or I just make the game go another turn. Maybe do this for the top. Just move next to him. Make the game go another turn. I'm going to do that to try to get my battle goal completed. All right, so Zealots are going to go at 27. Oh, and this is the one where they heal themselves. Might have gone an extra turn anyway. Okay, so no stone golems anymore. Crowley, then Killian, then the red guard. All right, gotta remember to do this. I don't think anything else was required to be shuffled or anything after last turn. That should be waning. Oh, Killian's plan is not a good one because I'd be leaving. I don't have to move. I could loot from where I am. Yeah, I just won't move. Yeah, all right. So Crowley is first. Gonna do the heal 4, which takes him from 8 back up to 10 and gets him an experience point. So that's up to 6. And then move 3. 1, 2. That's his hand. And we infuse light onto the battlefield. Okay, Killian. I'll do attack 3. -1 is 2. 2 damage. Takes him from 2 up to 4. So he's got 2 hit points left. And an experience point. Takes him to 12. Then we've got the bottom of retrieval. Move 1, loot 1. I'm not going to move. Loot 1 will get me this coin and my favorite token back. Now it's the Zealot's turn. He wants to do a ranged attack. So who's going to be his focus? They're both equidistance. Crowley went earlier in the turn. So fortunately, it's going to be... Did I do that backwards? I think I put the red guard, and I mixed up the red guard and the zealot based on the numbers. Anyway, so Crowley will be the focus. He has move to move away for the disadvantage. Man, that could hurt my plan for looting him next turn with Crowley as well. Range 2, attack -1, so let's see what he draws. His base attack is 2. So 2 -1 is 1 damage on Crowley, takes him down to 9. And then he's going to heal himself 1 because he did 1 damage. So he's at 3 health still. And he would infuse, I think that's dark. And we have to shuffle this. And that is the end of the round. I'm not doing any kind of resting. And that's going to go away and those go down. No more shuffling over there. Okay, so we really want Crowley to be able to pull this off. So let's do this Flaming Sickle with attack 3, range 2, and pull the guy in close to us. But I really want to do the bottom there to be able to... Maybe, let's see if we can... I don't want Killian to take him out. We'll just see how it goes. So we'll go at 24 with Killian. Maybe the guy would move in close. So I could try to go slow to see if he'll move in. So Flaming Sickle will be 1 card, and if the guy moves in, a card for potentially just for movement to move on top. Depending upon when the Zealot's going to go. I don't know. This is a lot of manipulating just to try to get this battle goal, but we'll see. So I'm going at 24 and 63, and the Zealot is going to go at 19. Which is very bad. It's very bad because Killian doesn't have any cards left in his hand. So he might get knocked out. So the Zealot's going to go first. Then Killian, then Crowley. We'll need to get lucky on what we draw out of here. So the Zealot is going to do a melee attack, so he's going to want to move. He's going to move here. His focus would be Killian because they're equidistance away, and Killian is the lowest initiative at 24. He's at attack -1. This needs to be a -1. Oh. I don't have any way to prevent this damage. So Killian's going down to 0 and will be taken out. I'm assuming that I can't take from these 2 cards that I have played here. Let's see. If any figure ever drops to 0 hit points or fewer. Let's see, where would this rule be? Oh, let's see. I think I know where to look in the Learn to Play guide. Short rest, lost action, area of effects, looting, failing, negating damage through lost cards. Anytime a character suffers damage, either through monster attacks, springing a trap, or any other source, that character can choose to negate the entirety of that damage by losing cards instead of reducing their current point. To negate any single source of damage, a character can either lose 1 card from their hand or 2 cards from their discard pile. Sweet. Except that I don't have any cards in my discard pile. Where's all my cards? Ah. I have not. Okay, so it's not as bad as I thought. These are from last round. They would have been in my discard pile. I'm just going to choose to lose both of those, and we need to take this guy out this turn and not get knocked out. Okay. But Killian will be cursed. So I need to shuffle a curse card into here. Okay, stats, and he will infuse air onto the battlefield. So now it is Killian's turn. And I'm not going to bother with pushing the guy away. I know it's a ranged attack. But I'll do the top of stopping power. It's attack 3. It's ranged, so I gotta be at disadvantage, so I'll pull 2. And there we go. Oh, look at that. Isn't that funny? So, no damage. And then center mass, I'm just not going to do anything there. So this is also not good. Killian might be exhausted anyways because I'm going to have to rest. Crowley's got to finish the job. He's got to finish the job, and now he's at disadvantage because this is a ranged attack. I could do the bottom of Twirling Stabs. Nope, I'm just going to risk it. Even though it's at disadvantage. It is the only way to have a chance of being able to get this battle goal. If I draw okay from his deck, then I'll still be able to pull it off with the move on top of it. Okay, so we're gonna do the attack 3. It is arranged. No, you know what? So this is actually dumb. If I go back to Killian's turn, I had the ability to push. I'll push him. So now it's no longer disadvantaged. I had the ability on the bottom of center mass here, and even actually on the bottom of stopping power, which would give me an experience point if I use this. This is working out better anyway. Okay. So now this makes more sense. Attack 3 at range 2, no longer disadvantaged, and then I get to pull him in here if I want. So just pull 1 card, times 2, did it. So he's taken out. Then I get to use the basic action from the bottom of Twirling Stabs to move 2, 1, 2. End of his turn, he loots this, which fulfills his battle goal of killing a monster and looting the money token on the same turn. Wow, that was a much longer playthrough scenario, mostly because I'm talking things through, and I probably took too long worrying about maybe trying to loot too much stuff. I don't know. I really like this game though. It's I can see the potential for when Gloomhaven comes. I'm probably really going to like that game as well because it's basically the same system. So not to drag this particular video out too much longer, I'll do the in-between scenario stuff and get ready for scenario number 5. Anything else that I missed, I know I missed up and had to, or screwed up and missed some things, had to backtrack a couple times. Any other things that you saw, please leave any comments. And if you are liking watching this series, go ahead and hit the like and the subscribe to the channel. That would help me at least know that someone is enjoying watching these. And I actually may start, I am streaming these just so that it's just live and there's no editing or anything needed afterwards. I might start, if the scenarios are gonna be this long, doing shorter and chopping up the streams into shorter pieces. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.